if that's a 10 to 15x on Pepe, what do you think we're looking at for Andy and Wolf? Oh yeah, at least 4 or 5x that. So from these current levels, if Pepe does a 10x, Andy is like a 4x Pepe, 3x Pepe. We can actually look. So if Pepe does a 10x, Andy does a 30x, at least. Okay, look at this. So we've got, let's take it from this low, 622%. So that's over a 7x move on Andy. The low on Pepe was here. Whoops. So almost a 4x. So it's at least 2x levered Pepe. So if Pepe does a 10x, Andy's going to do at least a 20x. If we do Wolf, Wolf's going to be higher level. Wolf did a fucking 19x compared to almost a 5x on Pepe. So let's see. And so I'm just doing the math real quick. I had a text I was responding to as well. So what is that? 18. So 19x. No, that's a 19 and a half. That's almost 20x divided by 5x. I mean, 4x levered. So 40x. If Pepe does a 10x, it's a 40x for Wolf, which makes sense because Wolf has a thinner liquidity pool, pumps harder, smaller market cap than Andy. Pepe does a 10x. Wolf from these levels doing a 40x, which I know sounds insane, but that just is what it is. And that's only if we hit the linear 1.618 on the total, right? Would you put that Ethereum around the 4 to 5? Would that put Ethereum around the 4 to 5K range? Yeah. So if they all go to new all-time highs, ETH would have to be at 5K. So ETH would be breaking these range highs. Because if we made it back to the range highs, then we would just make it back to range highs for Andy, Pepe, Wolf, right? It's not a secret that they trade the way that they trade, right? So if you look at ETH on the weekly, right? And then we do, let's do Andy. So Andy pretty much went to the same highs effectively, right? Whoops. Andy pretty much topped out both times up in here, right? In this general area, which was what? This general area on ETH, right? So ETH went to the same highs, so Andy went to the same highs. If you want new all-time highs on Boys Club, right, you're going to need new all-time highs on ETH. So if you get ETH just even to tag the previous all-time high at 4,800, everything's at new all-time highs, and we're fucking ripping face. And here's what I was saying too. Even if you don't believe ETH goes to new all-time highs, you're just looking for a relief bounce, even up to the mid-range around 3,000, and then you think we just fucking keel over at 3K. Even if that happens, as soon as we're confirmed bullish again, that's worth it, because even if you just go back up to here on Andy on a bounce on ETH back up to 3,000 to here, Andy's up 8x, 7.5x from the lows. So whatever your bags are right now, whatever you're accumulating up right now, is going to likely tag this obvious supply region, which is these 3 candles right here. You see how they're perfectly aligned right there. You're at least getting a retest of this before keeling over. That's a fucking 7x, bro. 7.5x. So it's still worthwhile to have exposure. Look at this obvious. This is obvious supply. So look, so you come in, you tag it, retrace, tag it, retrace. Finally, you pump through it. You get to all-time highs. You chill right here. 1, 2, 3 weekly candles. So those are big deals. 3 weekly candles there. So obviously there's a lot of demand and supply transacting going on here. And then you lose it. As soon as you lost it, keel over. So at the very least, you can play this bounce. Just back up into here. G. I mean, that's a fucking 6, 7x. Right? Play this up into here. G. And then it just does that. Right? So we'll see. We'll play it by ear. But those are obvious levels. But yeah, so to see new all-time highs, we need ETH at new all-time highs. If we get ETH back to 4K, you're going to see Andy back here in this range, up in here. Okay? And with here's the thing though, if ETH gets back up to range highs though, this is what I'm saying. If ETH does get back up to range highs and we start pressuring range highs up in here, I don't see it keeling over again. It wouldn't make sense, because we're going to have lower interest rates at that point. SPX would be likely trading at new all-time highs, right? IWM would likely be trading at new all-time highs, which is basically Ethereum. And the DXY hopefully should be trading lower, which again is confluence for Ethereum going to new all-time highs.